Being a woman, you see, that's the problem. They automatically assume you're going to do all the boring, girly jobs. I get nothing but stranger danger talks and Green Cross quizzes. I joined the police to do proper policing, keeping law and order. I mean, it's not as if there isn't a need for it. That man over there, don't like the look of you. Now, if I had a siren... Would you like to tell me what's going on here? I'm a police officer.
What's going on? I am kicking the car. That is what's going on.
Is this your car, sir?
Of course it's not my car. Why should I be kicking my own car?
And whose car is it?
Ah, there you are.
I've driven exactly 2 miles. I know, because I've had half an hour to count them. And look at it, dead as a...
Hello, Val. Hello, Jim.
Hi, Uncle Mike.
Just clearing up a little after-sales service.
Put him down. Are you all right, Mike?
Fine, thanks, Val. All part of the job. I attach great importance to after-sales service. How about I give you your money back and hire you another one exactly the same? Well, not exactly the same, obviously.
You see? Never any excitement, always routine. It's impossible to make a good impression. There's that dog at the moment as well. Brian's dog, or that stray, or whatever it is, which keeps hanging around the house.
Does it?
Well, enough for people to think it's ours. And every time it's brought into the station without a collar or whatever, they think it's really mine and that I'm just too embarrassed to claim it. Could you have a talk with Brian about it? I mentioned it to Uncle Mike, but he says that dogs are really only domesticated wild animals and should have their freedom and... Jim, you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Could you stop the car, please?
What?
I'm sorry, Mum. I have to go.
Oh, I thought I was dropping you at Brian's house.
You were, but I just saw him back there. I better catch him.
You won't forget to talk to him, will you?
Bye, Mum.
Have a nice day!
Morning, Val.
Morning, Graham.
All right, fine.
Morning, everyone.
Hi, Val. Oh, the super wants a word with you.
Oh, perhaps he got my letter.
You wrote to him?
Well, it was more a note, really. I just applied to join the force support group.
Ah, there you are.
You wanted a word, sir?
Yes. Just to say, I volunteered you to judge the Cycle Safely project at Oakwood School next Thursday.
Yes, sir. No problem, sir. Sir, I was wondering if you got my letter.
I did indeed, yes.
And what did you think, sir?
I thought it was a good letter.
Oh, thank you, sir. When might I hear?
I'm looking into it. But in the meantime, you're still doing the cycle project on Thursday.
Yes, sir.
Your dog again, I'm afraid, Val.
Can you please be more careful with that dog, Constable?
But it's not mine.
Your next-door neighbour seems to think it is.
But it's not true. I keep saying.
It's just not setting a good example, is it? Now, if you want to make a good impression, make sure he's kept under control in future.
Yes, sir.
Every time I stick my nose out the door, your mum grabs me and takes me to the police station.
Why'd you let her?
What? Well, she's bigger than me for a start.
She's not that big.
Everyone's bigger than me, Brian. Have you seen the size of my legs?
He's talking about when he's a dog, Brian.
Oh, I knew that.
She's got one of those proper dog catcher things now.
One day the police are going to turn you over to the dog's home.
They would have already, if they didn't think my poor mum owned me.
And if they do, we can kiss goodbye to the championships.
He needs his own tunnel.
Yeah.
All busy? That's good. Oh, you're dividing it into all the competitions. That makes it very clear. Oh, and this is last week's. That shield thing is quite a bit of hardware. It's lovely, Carrie.
Thanks, miss.
And how's the cycle project team?
Okay, miss.
I'd like to put on a good show if we can, Jim. It's quite a compliment having a real policewoman this year. We usually have Chipper the Clown, but he's off sick. Some 5-year-old thought he was a stranger danger and bit him on the knee. Brian, I don't think there's such a sign as danger mouse crossing, is there?
Oh, no, miss. It's one of those bumps in the road to slow people down.
Oh. It was the tail that confused me.
That's the bit leading to the bump, where he's getting bumpyish, but isn't an actual bump yet.
And those bits I thought were whiskers are grass.
Warning signs.
Warning signs.
Warning you that the bump's coming, miss. Pretty good, I thought.
You've a very unusual mind, Brian.
Thanks, miss.
Yes, keep up the good work. Oh, Jim, if you could give me a list of your mother's likes and dislikes, you know, chocolate biscuits, Danish pastries, that sort of thing, I'd like to get good marks if we can.
It's okay, Brian. She's out. Phew. I just hope she's not out trying to catch Jim. I've arranged to meet him here to go over some advanced sheep herding techniques.
Oh, Jim will be all right. It's the dog I'd worry about.
Let's just hope he makes it.
She brought him in again, Val.
What?
Mrs. Howard.
Oh, no, quick, get him out of here.
I have to put him in the book.
Just get him out.
I thought it didn't belong to you.
Oh, he doesn't. Oh, but that doesn't seem to matter. Oh, I was just...
I know what you were just doing. This is your last warning, Constable.
He's not going to make it.
No. Brian, you said something earlier.
Was this my theory that deer communicate on shortwave radio with their antlers?
Not that one, Brian. You said he should get his own tunnel.
Did I? Yes, it sounds like me.
Well, I'm starting to see the sense in it. Now, this is my house, and this is Jim's. And this is the fence here. This is the drain coming up through my garden to the shed and my room.
Cool.
And this is where my mum keeps catching you, here.
I can't even go into my garden. She's everywhere.
Exactly, so we've got to try something else.
Wow.
You see?
But that's a dead end there.
I know, and it's blocking the drain coming from your house. I've looked. You've got the same manholes as I have.
So, all we have to do, you're saying?
Is dig a new tunnel under the two houses.
Is open up that entrance.
It's starting to weaken.
Now we're getting somewhere.
I don't know. The wall's still solid as a rock.
Shouldn't be too difficult. I can't believe anyone went to the trouble of filling the entire drain with concrete.
No, there's nothing down the manhole outside the back door. I looked.
Then I say we get some proper tools and press on.
The only problem is, when we do open it up, I still have to get from the manhole to the coal chute without being seen.
You could say you were looking for something.
What?
If they saw you, you could make it something they'd really approve of, like your RE homework.
He'll be a dog, Brian.
How do you know?
Because if I'm a boy, I won't need it anyway. I'll just walk through the front door.
Oh, I realise that.
You're going to need something to cover those manholes. You better start organising a shed.
I just thought it'd be handy.
What's wrong with the one down the garden?
Oh, nothing. I just thought a shed, you know, nearer the house would be handy.
A little sort of outside den.
That's it.
Oh, that's a whole different kettle of fish. You're talking about more than a shed there.
I suppose I am. I should have explained it better.
The trouble is, all those manhole covers at the back.
Would they matter?
Well, a den that you could work in, say. You're looking at serious foundations and a concrete floor.
It wouldn't need a concrete floor, would it?
It needs to be warm and dry if you're going to spend any time in there.
Well, I wouldn't be spending that much time, obviously.
I don't know. It's worth doing it all.
I think perhaps you're right. It's a silly idea.
No. Little workroom in the garden sounds good. I could use it as well.
It'd cost an awful lot too, I'd imagine.
Well, it's all relative. I don't know about you, but I'd seriously consider something like that if Jim was going to get real use out of it.
I think we'd probably be better spending our money on something else. I mean, money doesn't grow on trees. And it'd be an awful eyesore, wouldn't it? And the neighbours would complain, and that'd be embarrassing for you, Mum, with your job. I think I'll turn in now. Feel a bit sick, actually. Nothing that a good night's sleep won't, you know. Night, Mum. Night, Dad.
I wonder if he's settling in as well as we thought.
It doesn't have to be a shed, you know.
Sorry?
To cover your tunnel, it doesn't have to be a shed.
No.
I was thinking about this book I went at Sunday school. It's about these guys who were escaping from prison camp, and they used a vaulting course to cover the tunnel entrance. We could do that.
I don't think so.
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, how can you get enough people to keep vaulting all the time? You are, aren't you?
No, Brian.
Don't underestimate the power of the human spirit, Carrie. People will rally round, trust me.
Brian, you're brilliant.
You see?
He's right. It doesn't have to be a shed.
No.
No. As long as it covers the whole, it can be anything.
A rabbit hutch?
Jim's going to keep rabbits, Dad.
Oh, they're a nice pet, a rabbit. Did I ever tell you about the rabbit I had? Such a gentle little creature. Used to sleep in the dog's basket. And you know, one day, the dog came in, snuggled down beside it, and ate it. Oh, there's not much I can't tell you about rabbits.
We were hoping you could help us make the hutch.
Brian said you're really good at making things.
Oh, that's very kind of you, son. I'd be happy to help. When would you like me to start?
Today.
Oh, I don't know about that. We need a plan, and that'll take time. Oh. It's big, isn't it?
We want the rabbits to have plenty of room.
That's right.
With lots of things to do. I was thinking, if we built this slide and a sort of roundabout thing, and perhaps a little roller coaster.
Let's build the hutch first.
Could we start today?
Please.
I'm afraid not, Caroline.
Can't we, Dad?
It's very hard to resist your little face looking down at me, son, but Saturdays are the most important day of the week for us in the motor trade. I personally find that some of my best sales are made on a Saturday. As a marketing profile, I see the menfolk as being able to pop in and have a cup of coffee and... Excuse me.
Mr. Forrestal, there's that little beaut I sold you.
Having thought about it for a bit, I think I might be able to fit you in. Come on. We don't want to miss the woodyard.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Caroline, would you mind going first?
Oh, good morning. Nice to see you. Come on, everybody. Will you, please, come on. No, hey, never mind that. Just go and get get that gate open for me. That's good, lad. Now, Paul. Let's still do it. Thank you. Right. Come back. Hurry along now.
should be out helping them.
They're doing fine. I've never seen Jim so motivated. They're funny, aren't they?
What?
Children. I mean, he never showed the slightest interest in rabbits before, and now, why rabbits, for heaven's sake?
He hated his cousin Mary's one.
Still, I suppose there's an interest. He doesn't seem to have many of those. Goodness me. What size rabbits are they expecting?
Why?
Look at the sides of that cage. They're reinforced. Do you see?
I tell you, I'm not going out at night if he's getting the rabbits that go with that hutch.
They're staking it to the ground.
Perhaps we could persuade Brian to keep the dog in there. Might keep it off the streets. Save my career.
Now, don't start that. You're doing fine. Just be patient and keep on with those lectures and quizzes, and it'll be all right. Anyway, you're coming to us on Thursday, aren't you? That'll be nice.
Now, remember, this is not simply a visit from a member of Her Majesty's Police Force. Far more important, Mrs. Walters is a parent, and I want her to leave here confident that she's made the right decision in sending her child to our school. So that means no silliness, Lauren. Leave your nose alone, Simon. Is that chewing gum, Brendan? Spit it out, please. Up here. Jim?
Can I be excused, miss?
I don't think so. Now,
I have to go, miss.
Jim?
Toilet, miss.
Poor boy. I suppose it must be a bit nerve-wracking, your mother coming into school. Anyway, I want you all on your very best behaviour.
She's here, miss. Jim's mum.
And I want at least one sensible, intelligent question from each of you to our visitor. So, no giggling, whispering or eating sweets, or you'll be litter-picking from now until Christmas. Do we understand each other? Yes, Mrs. Jessup?
Yes, Mrs. Jessup.
And I don't mean next Christmas, I mean the one after.
Yes, Mrs. Jessup.
Good. Mrs. Walters, all set?
I think so.
The bear garden is this way. Can I offer you a coffee first, or a chocolate biscuit?
Oh, that dog!
Where? Oh, not again. Hey, shoo!
Oh, no, don't. Sorry about this. It's actually quite important. If he's seen out on the streets again, it's more than my job's worth. Will you excuse me?
Certainly.
Calling a 1010. Two suspects in chicken costumes, possibly armed, entering the County Building Society, corner of Oak Road and Lomax Street. Over.
You're under arrest!
Mrs. Jessup. Looks as though I may be late for the cycle project.
Don't worry, I think we'll leave it for a later day.
They're still on about the robbery, you know. There's an interview today with the woman in the joke shop who hired them the chicken costumes. Apparently, her daughter-in-law's stepmother once went for a job with Princess Di.
Uh-oh. Looks official.
What is it?
Another complaint about the dog.
No, let's see. Oh, police headquarters. John, it's my official invitation to join the Force Support Group.
That's wonderful.
Oh, it is. I never dreamt it would happen this soon. That is just so brilliant.
So now you can go on stakeouts and dawn raids and get shot at.
I know. And all thanks to Brian's dog. What's happened to him, by the way?
How do you mean?
Well, I was just thinking. Haven't seen him around recently. And Carrie's mum certainly hasn't brought him down to the station.
Oh, Carrie's still working with him. Vicky Jessup doesn't let us forget the school sheepdog trials team.
I know it's a bit silly, but I'd like to thank him in some way. I mean, if I hadn't been following him that day, I wouldn't have seen the raid on the building society, and we wouldn't have caught the chicken gang.
He also saved your life.
Well, there's that too. They must have worked some system of keeping him under control.
Yes. Jim did say they were going to make a big effort to keep him off the streets.
Well, whatever. He certainly seems to have gone underground.
You're getting better and better, Jim. I think we're going to make the finals.